Hi, this is Kelsey Ward again with the Farm Fresh Kitchen. Today we are doing an amazing dessert that I came up with that's called cream cheese and chocolate filled strawberries. Now I know what you're thinking, how can you do a new take on a strawberry? Well, let me tell you how I came up with this recipe. I love strawberries. They're my absolute favorite fruit. And this time of the year, they're in season and they're wonderful. Well, I love whenever you go to parties and functions and there's chocolate covered strawberries, right? But it happens every time. You pick up the chocolate covered strawberry and you take a bite, and then what happens? All of that chocolate just falls off the outside. Well, the chocolate is the best part. So that's how I came up with this recipe. Now, the thing that's a nice little added bonus and surprise is the cream cheese in the center. So it's almost like a strawberry cheesecake meets chocolate, just fantasy. It's wonderful. So I'm going to go over this ingredient list with you, and that way we'll get started on our strawberries. So today I have 12 extra large strawberries. It's very important in this recipe to use the biggest strawberries that you can find. Another important ingredient is the Philadelphia cream cheese. Now this is going to be the center of our stuffed filled strawberry. It's important that the cream cheese is at room temperature. We're also going to need between 1 and 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now the filling, which is the cream cheese filling, is sweetened to taste. I personally don't like it to be as sweet as, say, a cream cheese icing. So we use a little bit less sugar. We want it to be sweet, but not too sweet, because we're going to have all this wonderful velvety chocolate flowing through the strawberry as well. The other thing that you're going to need is 6 ounces of semi-sweet baking chocolate. You're also going to need about 2 cups of sweetened chocolate chips. Now today I used a silicone mini muffin tin, and what this does is it holds the strawberry in place and makes it much easier to fill. You're also going to need what's called a double boiler. Sounds fancy, complicated, it's not. It's basically a saucepan that you fill with just a little bit of water. Now you want to bring the water up to a simmer, and then what you're going to do is take a bowl like this and you're going to place it on top. Now this is used to melt down the chocolate. So it's important to have your water at a simmer but not a boil, and it's also important for your water not to touch the bottom of your bowl. So we're going to go ahead and melt down the chocolate. This is the first step of our strawberries. And this is the important thing. You always want to make a lot because they don't last long at all. But I always anticipate 1 to 2 strawberries per person. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our dark chocolate now. And again, I'm doing about 2 cups of the dark chocolate. And these are just the dark chocolate chips. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for that to melt down. Now it's important that you have a whisk nearby because you're going to have to whisk the chocolate and kind of help blend it. Let's go ahead and start on our filling. We're going to go ahead and use our Philadelphia cream cheese. This is an 8-ounce container. Like I said, it's room temperature. Very important to keep it at room temperature. Okay. Just going to give our chocolate a little bit of a stir. Okay, and to this, we are going to start with 1 cup of powdered sugar. Okay, so we're going to take our cream cheese and our powdered sugar, and we're going to go ahead and beat those together until they are completely combined. Okay, and at this point you want to go ahead and add the vanilla. Now this is one of the most important secret ingredients, and I use nothing but pure Mexican vanilla. If you cannot get your hands on Mexican vanilla, be sure to buy 100% pure vanilla extract. Do not use imitation vanilla in this recipe. The flavor is just not as rich and strong and bold. We're going to go ahead and add the vanilla. And continue to beat in the cream cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and give our chocolate another little stir. It's starting to melt nicely. That looks delicious. It's all gooey and melty. The reason that this is a chocolate-filled strawberry is because we have this hole in the middle where we cut out a little section of the strawberry. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, and you just want to go ahead and cut off the top. We don't need the green. Now it's important to notice the strawberry has kind of a white center. What we want to do is cut out that center. And then I'm using just a little tiny spoon. You can use a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon. I think this one is a fourth. And you're going to pull out that middle. It has a nice deep space. This is where your first step of the filling process goes. This is where we add the cream cheese. So we're going to use that same little teaspoon here. And you're going to stuff your strawberry. Now it's important, you don't want to stuff it all the way to the top because our chocolate is going to act as a cap and it's going to kind of seal the strawberry. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and stuff all the strawberries first with the cream cheese. See? Okay, our chocolate is totally melted, so at this point we want to go ahead and remove it from the heat. You want to let it cool for about 10 to 15 minutes, or at least to where it's slightly warm to the touch but not hot. If it's too hot, it's going to melt the cream cheese on the inside of the strawberry. And you don't want it too cool because then it'll start to harden. As you can see, we already have the cream cheese in. So the next step is to put the chocolate inside. Now, this is one of those ways that you don't have to be perfect. The chocolate doesn't have to lay perfectly on top. Matter of fact, I prefer when the chocolate oozes over the sides. Okay, now my chocolate is finally cool. So we're at the point right now where we're ready to fill our strawberries. So you're going to go ahead and take your first strawberry. And then this is the part where you can fill as much or as little as you like. I like to have mine to where it runs over the side, where it's nice and chocolatey. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is why I use the silicone mini muffin tins, because if the chocolate runs over the side, it doesn't stick too bad. So see that? Just a little bit full and running over. This is one of those times that it's okay to make a mess in the kitchen. I absolutely cannot stand it. I don't want to wait for them to cool. I want to eat one right now. It's very important that you put them in the refrigerator to cool because that quick cooling process is what hardens the chocolate and creates the tight seal on top of the strawberries. 20 to 30 minutes and they're going to be ready for us to eat. So just sit back and relax. The hard work is done. Okay. They're cooled off, they're hardened, and they're ready to put on our plate. So the one thing that I hate to do is waste anything. So you can see I didn't need all of this cream cheese filling. So what I'm going to do is take this Philadelphia cream cheese filling and put it on my plate so that if somebody wants to, they can dip their strawberry in it. We have all these wonderful flavors, the cream cheese, the chocolate, the strawberries. We have these great fresh ingredients and they're paired with classic flavors, but kind of like a new twist. So I think this last one is going to be mine because I don't think I'm going to be able to put it on the plate without eating it. Okay, so messy hands and all, we have now prepared the chocolate cream cheese filled strawberries. I hope that this will be a great dessert recipe for you. I know it's been successful for me and I take it everywhere I go. So thank you so much for joining me today and hope you enjoy your cream cheese and chocolate filled strawberries. I'm going to dip mine. Ooh. Those are really good.